Hello, hello there. Here's Aage again coming to you from 44 different platforms around the world on Broadcast Team Alpha with the Paranormal World Show. I'm not so sure if this show actually qualifies as a paranormal show, but it's going to deal with success principles. And the ones that is living by these principles, it works like magic, so maybe it is paranormal. Now, I said we are on 44 different platforms, and one of them is the Conscious Awakening Network. And you got to go visit those guys. They're at Conscious Awakening Network.org. They have close to 50 different shows over there, and you're gonna like it because a lot of the stuff they have on these shows are what you and me need to know about, and it's a lot of fun too. And if you are watching on YouTube right now, that's the place to be because it's the only place that we're able to monitor the chat room and talk, and maybe you ask questions and we can communicate. So that's how that works. I want to call this video Deep Thoughts, the thoughts of the thought leaders. This is what the super successful people of the world live by. And that is why they are the super successful, and many of us are not at that level of consciousness, so we enjoy what they have. Maybe that should be a reason for us to start doing the same, do you think? I'm going to go through, I have written down some notes for myself because there's too many just to remember. So I got them here and I'm going to read them to you. Number one, it says, you have access to unseen influences. They have a brilliance that you have access to, and you can tap into it. You can communicate with it, ask questions, and get answers. That is what we teach and what we do on the mastermind that we have on Sundays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sundays, East Coast time. You should come and join us. Just get in touch and we'll show you how. Now, next one. Most higher consciousness come through meditation. Learn how to meditate. And there are many names for that. It could be higher. I mean, meditation, prayer is another one. Quiet contemplation is another one. And there are others. Whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. You go to the same place and communicate with the unseen influences and the unified field, or God, if you like. Now you connect with the universal mind every day. When you do that, you get connected up much better and you have better results. Refuse the limitations that other people set for you. That is their limitation, not yours. It tells you about their character, not your character. And then practice what motivates you every day in your mind, because you got to revisit that, see it, feel it, have colorful mental images of it. So the subconscious mind gets used to having it. That brings it to you. The most important business tool or memory tool is just a little notepad to stick in your pocket and have a pencil. So whenever you get a brilliant idea, write it down. I also use a voice little voice recorder that I carry with me. So when I get that brilliant idea, I grab that thing and I talk for about 10 seconds and kind of explain a little bit about it. And then I stick it back in my pocket. And in the evening, then I go through there and I remember what I talked about and I write it down in my telephone log. Maybe you should do something like this. I'll tell you. Here is my telephone log. Everything that happens in the day, I write it down. Whenever I make a phone call, I write it down. When I get a phone call, I write it down. So I'm a lot more efficient that way. I can go back and say, gosh, I remember something I talked to somebody about a week ago. And I go back a week and I recognize the name and the phone number, and aha, I got it. Maybe we could think about that. Now, spend time with the ones who lift you up spiritually and lift your spirit. Associate with them. Now, that doesn't mean you have to associate in their presence. No, you can read their books, read their speeches, listen to their videos, and I associate with Greg Braden and Joe Dispenza and people like that every day because I watch their videos. I have their books on the bookshelf. I read that. You learn from those people. And then read my books and watch our videos on Broadcast Team Alpha. You will learn a lot. And also associate with the people who have the same dream as you do. That is very important. And then, when you visit someone and feel worse when you leave than when you came, don't go back. It will only bring you down. The vibration you get from somebody being in their presence is much more stronger and damaging than being on the telephone with them. Or just love them from a distance. That's the hard one because sometimes this involves family. Then there are some serious choices that has to be made. And you're the only one that can make them. See, most energy vampires, they don't know they are energy vampires. Maybe we should tell them. If we tell them and they're still good in their heart, maybe they can say, maybe I should be a little more light on that. You never know. You could make a difference for them. See, everybody is afraid of something. Doesn't have to be big things, could be small things. Now, they have always, everybody failed at something. Don't let that clog up your thinking. Failure is something everybody have. unless you use another name for it, just a learning experience, which is much better. But don't be afraid of failure. When you make a calculated risk, it can turn into something that didn't work, but you learn from it. It wasn't a total failure. Be the one you know that finishes what you start. You see a lot of people start things and they give up or they quit. Yeah. But then there's another concept, and that is don't throw good money after bad. You have to know when there's a time to change direction. If you worked on something and it didn't work, and you realize that I don't have the ingenuity to make it work right now, put it on the shelf and go in a different direction. When you get what you need in order to finish that thing, you can always go back to it, open it back up, and succeed, maybe a year later. Okay. Pursue great things, not for you to be seen, but for you to see and discover and to improve other people's lives. And then the greatest learning experience usually comes from what we call failures, not successes. Successes come from what we learn from failures. Other people, they fail, and it can happen. And we learn from the other people's failures also. So we may not necessarily do the same thing. And then when we build a great self, then we will never be alone. So work on ourselves, study, and become better every day. Make that a decision because it's a good one and it should stay with you. Never, never ever give up on your dreams. And when you're ready to start that dream, set a date on it. Then it is no longer a dream. Now it is a goal. And the less you say, the more value your words have. When you really want somebody to listen to what you say, don't raise your voice. Lower your voice, and they're going to be listening intently to what you say. And then you meet people for a reason. Maybe to change your life, or for you to change their life. Sometimes both. And when you think on things you are grateful for, you lose sight of the lack in your life. However bad it is, I guarantee you there are millions of people that would love to change places with you. When you think about problems, you will have more problems. When you think about, well, success principles, positive things, opportunities show up. And this is something that I know the ones that is listening to the end of this video, they are the ones that's going to do it. If you quit halfway through so you don't hear this, you're going to be like you were yesterday. Nothing will change. Learn to control your mouth. Remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We should use them accordingly because both of them can run away from us. When things are not working, you are missing something. Change your mindset. Ask someone that has superior knowledge in what you are seeking. Now we have AI on our phones and on our computers. Don't be afraid to ask. There may be pearls in there too. And then go within and ask. Put yourself in the mind of the opponent or the one you are talking with or the customers that you're trying to create something for. Put yourself in the other person's mind. What do they want? How can I accommodate? And then most super successful people talk to themselves. Because sometimes you need expert advice. Now, this gets deep, but science are now finding that not all our thoughts are our own. They come from somewhere, those thoughts. They're somewhere else, outside of us. We originate a question. That could be conscious or subconscious. That question go into the unified field, the universal mind, and an answer is coming back. Well, it's coming back from the field because everything is there, past, present, and future. The answer is there. It comes back through the brain in the heart or the pineal gland, which transmits it to the brain faculties to observe, or as knowing that we call thought. So don't discard wild thoughts and ideas that come into your head. It may be an answer to a question you have not asked yet. Because remember, out there's no time as we know it, past, present, and future at the same present. If you have not asked the question yet, you don't know what the answer is for. Think about that. Do not discard any wild thought. Look at it, analyze it, and file it away. It may make sense later. Also, you are responsible for everything in your life. Somewhere, however and whatever happens, somewhere in your mental fabric, you allowed for it or asked for it to happen. So take responsibility for everything that happens and everything you do. And also develop safe and great discipline. That means discipline at work and standards of excellence and safety in your play. And watch your language again, because language is heard by the subconscious mind. When you do something really that is kind of stupid, don't tell yourself, oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. No. The subconscious mind listens to that and says, I'm an idiot. Okay. I can go with that. No. Abolish the negative words about yourself, but hang on to the good ones. Also, have a to-do list. Whenever you find something that you need to do during the day, put it on the list. And when you finish something, draw a line through it or get rid of it. So there always is a to-do list. Mine got about 20, 30 things on it all the time because I'm a long-term thinker. When you do that, you start accomplishing a lot more. Otherwise, you forget it and you get busy watching videos on YouTube and you just kind of waste the day. I know, I've done that too. And then manage your time. That comes from discipline. And what you want to, the place you want to get to is love what you do, and you will never work a day in your life. Think about that. I've been very lucky that way. In Europe, I was a farmer. It was fun. Came to the United States. I flew airplanes. That was fun. Then I taught a mind development course, which was amazing. That was fun. I did TV shows for 6 years. That was fun. Radio shows. That was fun. I'm doing this now and I'm still having fun. Get to that place. And in order to do that, you may have to first have a dream, reach within, find out what would you like to do so much that you would do it, even if you can afford not getting paid for it. Yeah. Whatever sings in your heart, that's what you will go after. But that does not mean that around it you can associate with and do other things that supplement what you really love to do. Because without some of the other things, that one thing that you really want to do may be harder to do. Because you learn, you get experience from other people, even on the outside of your dream. Gain from them. And the people that have been in your corner, good friends, stay with them, listen to them. They're there for you. And never betray one. I've had a lot of fun doing this, and I know those of you that ended up watching the whole thing tonight, think about what would you want to do the rest of your life that will make you so happy that you didn't feel you were working at all. And there's that one question again that I have, and I keep asking it all the time. What would you start tomorrow morning if you knew you could not fail? If you want to learn more how to have a life like that, look at this book. Spiritual science, higher conscious thinking, and how to access the universal consciousness. You can find it on Amazon. Go to Amazon and click on the profile, and then you can see the things in it that I write about. I write this book for the ones that want to change their life and want to learn how to work their mind in ways you normally would think would be impossible. When you buy the book, get in touch with me. Let's have a talk. Chances are I could help you on the road to where you want to be. I am totally available to everybody that buys the book, and get in touch. I love talking to people. So I hope you enjoyed it at least as much as I enjoyed making it. So until next week, be good to each other and take care.